Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are live once again here tonight because we had DNF'd in our NASCAR Heat 5 career mode race earlier today. Sorry to spoil that for anybody who is watching this and was not able to catch. I think it's working now. All right. Well, there we go. I don't know what's going on with the audio, but I think it's back up and running now. Let me know down in the chat below if it is working. Trevor Grimes, Patrick Shadley, Kyle Larson fan, Ethan Cap 24. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Sorry for the audio issues again, but they should be working now. I don't know what's going on, and there's obviously something wrong with my computer because it's not showing me any footage of the actual race because it says the audio render error. Audio render error. Please restart your computer. And I've restarted it multiple times, way earlier in the day when I was trying to work on my vlog from Nashville, and it just, for whatever reason, I have no audio input or output into my laptop, and I don't know how to fix it. I don't know. Like, that's not something. That's something for like a tech guy, and I'm not a tech guy by any means. I can fix it for the stream, and we can still stream, but I can't get the vlog or any other videos uploaded. Green flag is in the air. 146 laps around the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. 350 kilometers set for the Las Vegas 300 here tonight. Travis Quaffle on the pole, trying to get 5 bonus points early. No practice or qualifying for Carl Edwards. And these guys going 3x3 through the middle to the back of the pack on the opening lap. Oh, wow. 3 and nearly 4 wide up at the front of the field. Oh, big check up the wrecking into turn 1. Big cloud of smoke. Edwards drops down to the apron to get by about a dozen trucks. And we stay green. Massive stack up there as they were still 4 wide into turn 1. And now the wrecking, cautions out. Huge crash at the back of the pack in turns 3 and 4. It was only a matter of time. They were stacked up from the lap before. And Benny Allen in the 110 goes head on to the non-safer barrier outside wall. Hard hit. Back wheels come off the ground. A little bit of an ugly start here tonight at Las Vegas. Quaffle did lead the opening couple laps now that were under yellow. And our first caution of the race, we saw a caution on lap 1 at New Hampshire as well off of turn 4. This one was on lap 2 here at Vegas, but another early one, that's for sure. Green flag is back in the air. Oh, big block into turn 1. A little contact Edwards made with the driver he was trying to block. Hard to tell who that was. One of the generated drivers, that's for sure. Edwards makes another pass here on the restart. And another truck into the outside wall off of turn 4, the one he just got around. This is big for Quaffle, starting on the pole so he can lead these laps early. Maybe he can get a max point stay if he goes to victory lane and leads the most laps. He's already got 5 bonus points for leading a lap. He's led the first 6 now. Coming off that win at New Hampshire as well, looking to make it back-to-back. He's got 4 wins this season, but he's still just over a race worth of points behind Carl Edwards. Even with Edwards coming off a 21st place run. He did lead the most laps at New Hampshire, so he did get 10 bonus points for that. Pull up, clearing the 117. Under the apron through the tri-oval goes Carl. Trying to cut whatever amount of time off he can. Some great racing in the Busch and the Cup Series races at Vegas. The only trip, and it's under the lights here. For the Truck Series. Really late in the season, only 6 races to go after this one concludes here tonight. More contact, and they're nearly wrecking again off turn 4. I believe Richards and John Wood got together. The 113 went into the outside wall after contact from Carl Edwards when they stacked up. Not a great start to the night whatsoever. R6, welcome to the stream as well. Loose going down to the apron through the tri-oval that time, trying to get underneath Baker in the 178 truck. Edwards is struggling early. Oh, man, trying to clear Baker. A little contact, and now he's in the wall off turn 2, and they're wrecking again, and around goes. Yep, caution down the back straightaway. Baker goes around after the contact with the 99 when Edwards slid into the wall off turn 2. He got clipped off the front of Wesley Schmidt in the 117. And already 2 cautions in the start of tonight's race. Going to stack the field up again, perhaps. Edwards is going to hit pit road. He's not going to take any fuel or tires. Can't adjust on the car because he was because he was involved in the accident, but chance to repair the damage. He's got over 3.5 seconds worth. Was not involved in the first caution. He had missed that one. They're 4 wide pretty much the entire first 2 laps and then crashed off turn 4. And then that one he was involved in. He slid up the track a little too early off turn 2. Contact with Baker, then into the outside wall, then back into Baker again. And Baker went around for a spin off the front bumper of the 117 because they were then 3 wide. So kind of an ugly start here tonight at Vegas. And green flag back in the air. Man, it looks like there's contact into turn 1 already as they were even on the single file restart starting to get bunched up again. This caution's not exactly what Quaffle wants to see, although he's ahead of everything and he's leading and has led every lap of the early going. It just bunches everybody back up once again. And look at this. I mean, they're 2 by 2 towards the back of the pack again into turns 3 and 4. Back underneath Schmidt into turn 3. Inside lane. Remember, this is a much flatter Las Vegas Motor Speedway compared to what we're used to now. Contact in the tri-oval again. These guys keep stacking up off turn 4. I mean, that's how we had the first accident. About nearly had one there. Even before that second caution happened, there was nearly an accident on that end of the track again as well. Might be a caution-filled race the way this one has already started. Larry Watson in the 103. Well, definitely one of the OG NASCAR video games, that's for sure, Michael. A lot smoother that time going to the apron through the tri-oval. He's pushing hard early. Slowly trying to get around these guys. He's trying to get around them as quick as he can, but it's more of a slower, methodical pace trying to get through these guys after that last caution. They'll get as stacked together with a single file restart compared to a double file restart also. Now they're 3 wide into turn 1. Just up ahead. Still 3 wide in the center of 1 and 2. The 157 all the way up on the outside is not in a great spot. Ooh. It's almost slid into the 86. A little side draft maybe in the center of the corner. Enough to clear him off the exit of 4 still. Up to 21st. Race high for Edwards. On lap 22. Still about 3.8 seconds behind Quaffle. Definitely got a ways to go, that's for sure. So scared to run all the way near the outside off the exit of these corners just with all these cautions that have happened already. Might not feel all that confident to run up there. Can't blame him for that. At least until things probably get more spaced out. And we'll get more spaced out if he continues to move himself forward towards the front of the field. Bob Spear in the 152 truck just about closed the door on Edwards in the center of 3 and 4. Contact in the center of the corner and couldn't tell who got together. Saw some sparks flying though. Edwards underneath Chapin now, side by side into turn 1 for 14th. Edwards slides up in front of him in the center of the corner. Bottom by far the preferred lane here at Vegas with this older configuration, much flatter corners compared to the progressive banking that you see now at the racetrack. Well, we'll find out this weekend. I don't think Larson's going to win this weekend. She's got the door shut on him that time by Doug Thompson in the 124. Thompson wasn't clear. There was a tiny bit of contact when he cut in front of him in the center of 3 and 4. But yeah, my predictions, and that could change for race 2 at Pocono depending on how race 1 goes with Larson, especially him starting out in front, how much track position means, not only with the package, but it's always meant even more so at Pocono. So that'll definitely help. We'll see what he can do with it. See what the strategy play is going to be like that out there. Larson has won the last 2 races I've attended in person, and he led the most laps in each of the last 3 races I've seen in person at Dover, Charlotte, and now this race. And now look at Thompson. Thompson's blowing an engine. Edwards tried to go low to miss him down to the apron into 1 and 2. That's where Thompson tries to go. Edwards ran up the track into the side of Wilder in the 108 trying to get above Thompson. We did get to the bottom of the racetrack and out of the way. We stay green, but Edwards loses a few spots in the process, including the Wilder that he made contact with, and now he's got to gain that momentum back. Just over 4 seconds off the lead now. Lost a lot of ground there. He was underneath Thompson, but Thompson was trying to get to the bottom and was kind of crowding Edwards. Edwards with the block down the backstretch on Wilder. He slid up the track maybe a little too wide off turn 2. Meanwhile, Travis Quaffel's still out in front and is still led every lap. They say Edwards' truck is on the looser side, that's for sure. Be a hair too loose. Might think about tightening it up. It's all right in the center to the exit of the corner, but getting into the corners on entry, it seems to be a little loose. These tires aren't even critically worn out yet either. Likely only going to get worse. Oh boy, that was close. Started to slide up the track again, but Wilder was right there. A little contact through the tri-oval with Bobby Hamilton Sr. in the 177 truck up ahead as Hamilton's trying to block now. I believe that's Matt Crafton in the 6 right in front of him as well. And Thompson has not returned to the racetrack, so it looks like his day is going to come to an end. Maybe he'll be able to return much later in the race if we get more DNFs, but for right now, Thompson will be the first driver to retire. His chances of winning are out the window, and he was inside the top 15. Never know in these NASCAR races. All you got to do is get yourself in contention. Get yourself on the lead lap, and really anything could happen from there. Underneath the 177, makes the pass, and for the first time here tonight, he is inside the top 10, up to the 34th spot. We're looking to try and get around Matt Crafton. Hamilton made a couple passes, got around Ryan Carter as well. Crafton trying to get back around Carter. Opens up the bottom, though, for Edwards, and he was stuck behind Carter on the outside. With Carter up high, Edwards gets under him as well, looking to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone as they drive into 3 and 4. Carter really trying to pinch Edwards down. Now he gets underneath Hamilton, and Edwards is rolling the bottom groove around this racetrack as we get later into this green flag run. He's up to 7th place now through the tri-oval, pulling up to block Bobby Hamilton Sr. into turn 1, back to the bottom to shoot the gap on the 192 as he slides it in there. And Edwards is making headway. 30 spots gained from the start of the race. He is clear into turn 3 to 6th. And Brandon Witt in 5th place will be the next driver ahead of him for position. Hamilton slides to the inside off turn number 4. He gets underneath the 192 truck. Quaffel's just pulling away from everybody, though. Edwards keeps gaining these positions, but interval-wise on Quaffel, he's not really gaining anything. Very slim gains at that. Travis Quaffel's got a bad, fast race truck here tonight. So does Bobby Hamilton Sr., who continues to gain ground. He's actually slowly starting to catch back up to Edwards. Hamilton was just kind of caught behind the 192. He couldn't get around him, and Edwards capitalized before Hamilton did. Little contact in turns 1 and 2 now, up ahead between Brandon Witt and Jack Sprague. Witt goes to use the bumper. Not ideal on a mile and a half, I'll tell you that much, but it is the Truck Series, so I guess if you're going to see it, likely going to see it on this end of the top 3 series in NASCAR. Sprague, though, back down to the bottom to throw the block in 3 and 4. And Sprague is now underneath another truck as he battles for 4th place on the racetrack. And Witt might make it 3 wide into turns 1 and 2. And no, can't quite get underneath Sprague. But he does get underneath of Aaron McGee in the 163. Both Sprague and Witt get around him. Witt trying to keep this pace up to maybe get underneath Sprague now for another spot. All that battling is allowing Edwards to close in even more as he's finally starting to pull away from Bobby Hamilton Sr. in the Ford truck. It takes him about 3 laps to gain a 1/10 of a second, though, on Travis Quaffle. Though there is a lot of traffic ahead of Edwards, so that could change. And you never know. Another caution stacks the field back up, and now that Edwards is inside the top 10, we'll see how that's going to go. Haven't hit halfway on fuel yet, so it's likely going to be a 1 pit stop race here tonight. McGee tried to crowd Edwards and it only moved himself out of the way. Ashton G, welcome to the stream. Edwards trying to get underneath of Sprague. He got a little too desperate, slid up the track into Sprague, a little accidental bump and run. Sprague did a great job keeping it off the wall, and we stay green. Bill Lester holding on to second. He's got a couple wins on mile and a half this season as well. I don't know if anybody's going to have an answer for Travis Quaffle in that 24 truck at the front, though. Edwards looks low, trying to get that position now on Brandon Witt. Edwards charging through the field, just less than 3 seconds off the lead now as he's up to 3rd. Down to the apron, maybe getting a little desperate through the tri-oval to gain whatever amount of time he can now on Bill Lester. Lester a lot wider into the corner compared to what Witt and Edwards are running behind him. And Lester better be careful. That bottom might be open for Carl, and he's easily going to get underneath Lester into turn 1. Edwards is easily going to clear him in the center of the corner. Almost a crossover move, but Edwards blocks him down the backstretch. Lester slides up the track now, corner exit. He drove it in so deep that he was automatically going to push on exit to the corner. That might open the door for Witt to get around him for 3rd into turn 1. Lester's still running wide like he did the last lap on entry into 1. Witt is all over the left rear. Can't get around him yet. McGee slipping back in 6th. It's actually Jack Sprague right behind Witt still. He might be able to charge in. Well, we'll see if Edwards can run down Travis Quaffle at all. It's going to be a long gain in the making. Already coming up on 100 laps to go, this time by at the line. Dark Crypto, welcome to the stream. Lester's still keeping up with Edwards right now. Ton of clean air still ahead of the 24 truck, too. He is nowhere close to lap traffic. Two cautions in the first 13 laps of the race. One on lap 2. One on lap 13. None since. Even though after Edwards got around Lester, he's still keeping pace here. Lester's just keeping that pressure on Carl Edwards right now. He's not really doing much else. Once Edwards got the second, he was about 2.5, 2.6 up the lead, but he has not been able to really cut into that deficit on Quaffle over the last 5 or 6 laps. Edwards seems to be a little bit better in turns 1 and 2, at least into the center of the corner. Lap 50. None of the tires are in the yellow yet that I know of, as far as the tire wear goes. I still, reality hasn't hit me yet. I'm still kind of in that, wow, Nashville is so awesome state that it doesn't feel like I'm leaving for Pocono tomorrow already. Literally, I got home 3 days ago, and now I'm about to leave again for about another 4 days, and then I'll be back for about another 4 or 5 days, and then I go to Road America the following weekend. I mean, it's just insane. Then by the time I come back from Road America, I'll finally get to... I mean, trust me, I love it, and I would go every week if I could. If I had the money logistically, it was possible, I would go to every race all the time, but I don't. Hopefully one day. It will be a dream of mine to get to every race in one season, all 36 Cup races at least, or in one season, one of these years. Even if it's 20 to 30 years down the line, I'd love to do it. It'd be awesome. Hopefully I can do it as a commentator. That would be ideal, but even if it was as a fan, it'd be the next closest thing. Edwards isn't really pulling away from Bill Lester at all. And it's, again, just very small gains right now on Quaffle. After that 4-lap stint, he only gained about 1/10 of a second. I mean, that's about a quarter, about 2/100ths of a second or so, 2 to 3/100ths of a second every lap Edwards is gaining on Quaffle. So, again, it's very minimal gains. I'd have to assume Lester's kind of closing that gap as well, though, considering he still is not far behind Edwards. Most likely going to be a 1 pit stop race here tonight. So when will those pit stops be made? .1 seconds back at the line. We'll alternate through the different camera angles for the first time tonight over the next 4 laps. A little loose into turn one that time. You can kind of hear the tire skirt. Trying to grip up onto the bottom of the racetrack. Edwards was a little loose off turn two, and that just carried into 3 and 4 as well. Lester's probably going to lead the first half of this race at this rate before Edwards even has a chance of catching him. Still about 1.8 to 1.9 off the lead. Again, very minimal gains for Edwards by the time he got up to second. If it goes green to the end, if Lester has that much faster of a pit stop than Edwards, this could be a very easy win tonight for Travis Quaffle. Sorry, Quaffle, not Lester. But I mean, even Lester, too, considering he's within 2.5 seconds of the race lead as well. In third, 60 laps complete at the line. Only 86 laps to go. The benefit, though, pit crew-wise, is that Carl Edwards does have Mr. Clean Crew with him here tonight. So that'll help. So close to how equal both of these top two race trucks are. Quaffle's not making a mistake. Again, he's led every lap so far, even through the first two cautions on the restarts. No problem able to hold on to the lead. Maybe a little easier with the single file restarts compared to nowadays when we see the double file restarts, but even still. Just because it's easier doesn't mean it's easy. By any means. Rush the wall getting into turn one. That's not going to help Edwards. Got to within 1.7 and then immediately back to nearly 1.9 off the exit of turn two. A bad entry into the corner. Another thing is, too, is when the lap traffic starts to come into play on how that's going to end up having everything pan out as well. Could be another great finish, though, between the 24 and the 99 this season if Edwards gets a chance to get to him. So halfway on fuel. Again, these guys are in a one pit stop race to the finish. They could probably take it about as far as lap 130. Nobody's going to be able to go all the way to the end. Not on a mile and a half at 146 laps. I'm surprised it's only going to be a one-stop race as it is. Seems like in this game, for whatever reason, the fuel window for the Truck Series is longer than the Cup and the Busch Series races, and I'm not exactly sure why that's the case. I don't know if they actually did have bigger fuel tanks in the early to mid-2000s. I mean, that's possible, but I don't remember them or recall them having that. And even if they did, you'd have to imagine the tire wear would be a lot more aggressive too. So I'm not sure why this is, but it seems to be the case. Very few of these races so far this season have been two stops. did see a fuel mileage race in the last one at New Hampshire, in which Travis Quaffle went to victory lane in. That race, we had 3 cautions per incident. We've had 2 already today. Last one set up a green-white checker finish as well at New Hampshire in the last race. One of just 3 green-white checker finishes we've had this season. Down to a 2.5 seconds. Quaffle again getting slowly closer and closer in the back of this lap traffic. You also kind of wonder if anybody's going to try to split this race in half, perhaps. I think if Travis Quaffle pits, Edwards is going to have to pit with him. Maybe lead 1 lap just to get 5 bonus points real quick and then end up pitting. We're almost halfway. I mean, Quaffle's nearly going to clinch the most laps led here in a few laps anyway. I think he'd only have to lead 4 or 5 more laps and he'd already lead over half the race because he has led every lap so far. And we have some green flag pit stops going on as we speak. Our first set of drivers coming on down to pit road. Without practice or qualifying, you wonder if I'm going to have to use the access road both getting into and off of pit road with this older Las Vegas configuration. Much different pit road exit and entry to what we're used to now. Now the right front's really starting to wear out down to the yellow. As you just saw in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, now it's back to the track map again. It's down to a 1 second lead. Quaffle still has not hit the lap traffic yet. Well, this is going to be the halfway mark once we get back to the start-finish line this time by. Quaffle now dealing with lap trucks, a couple of which who just came off of pit road. Darius Marine, welcome to the stream. And we got more trucks hitting pit road this time by. Quaffle's just got to lead 1 more lap and he'll clinch the most laps led already. He's led every lap so far. We are just now at halfway. He should easily lead this next lap as long as he doesn't come into the pits. I know he's losing a lot of ground because of these 2 lap trucks in front of him, but it looks like he'll finally make his way around through 3 and 4. That's going to cut that lead down to about a half a second. No, Quaffle actually comes to pit road right now. So Quaffle splitting this race in half. Edwards will lead his first lap of the race, scoring 5 bonus points. So Carl Edwards is going to pit this time by. A little mistake getting into turn 1 as well. That doesn't help. 3 wide underneath the lap trucks. Now I got a little crowded. Clear nonetheless. Oh boy, Edwards trying to get into the access road. He's trying to take as much time out of this as he can. Got to make sure he doesn't speed now. Back to down in time. 4 fresh tires and full tank of fuel. That was risky. I'm surprised Edwards didn't lose control there. But he was able to keep control ultimately. Splitting this race in half. Gonna take or put a round of wedge into the race car. So a little bit of an adjustment to the 99 Super Chips truck. A green flag, pit stops going on. He was able to get 5 bonus points, staying out a lap longer than Quaffle, but how much track position is he going to lose doing that? He was about a half a second off the lead. Great move by Quaffle, not only split the race in half, but as soon as he got to the lap trucks, 2 laps later, he comes to pit road. Clean stop by the Mr. Clean crew, but it looks like Bill Lester actually cycles in front of Edwards. So look at that. Might have been a clean stop, but it might have been a little bit slower on the 99 crew as well. He is still on the lead lap in case we did get a yellow, so that's good. Barry Wilder in the 82 truck. Or sorry, Larry Watson's in the 82 truck. Get these generated drivers mixed up sometimes. Larry Watson is out in front. He'll still have to pit. We might see some guys stay out until they absolutely have to pit, which we could see them stay out until about 16 or so laps to go. If they really wanted to push it that far on fuel and hope for a caution. Waffles already clinched the most laps led though. So that's that. Edwards to the inside of Lester for position. Battle for eventual second place. Still side by side into turn 3. Edwards had to get on the brakes. Lester almost ran into the right rear of Edwards. Hank Grigsby in the 153 truck checked up right in front of Carl. Well, he didn't check up. He was just trying to get up to speed and merge his way onto the racetrack. Great job by Lester not running over the 99 in the process as well. Edwards goes up the track. That's not going to work. He's trying to get around Grigsby. He has that low exit to turn 2 to get underneath him now. Hard to tell exactly how far behind eventual race leader Travis Quaffle. Because Quaffle is not leading right now, Larry Watson in the 82 truck is out in front. And now Watson's coming into the pits. So he stays out to get 5 bonus points. And then some. As far as laps led, he led more than 1 lap there. He does lead a handful, and now he comes on in. Making his stop. Somebody else following in from behind. Maybe we'll see Quaffle cycle to the lead right now. Yeah. 3 seconds ahead of Carl Edwards. Edwards has led 1 lap all day long, and that was because he stayed out a lap longer than Quaffle to make sure, in case he didn't get to the lead in the second half of this race, that he was at least going to get 5 bonus points. He was a little shocked that Quaffle came into the pits when he did, but between pitting a lap sooner and just having a faster pit stop, a little bit of a mistake on the access road trying to come to pit road because Edwards did get 2 tires in the grass, get a little out of shape, but he hung on to it. He's got a lot of ground, though, to gain, and ultimately not that much time. He does have a decent amount of time to get there, but we'll see if he can actually get it done. Again, not sure what the next live stream or when the next live stream is going to be. You guys know I do daily NASCAR content on the channel, but I am going to another NASCAR race this weekend, going to Pocono Raceway for the doubleheader, and with them racing Saturday and Sunday for the Cup Series, that means that I am going to end up having to leave tomorrow to get to the track because I have about a 6.5 hour drive. So working a half a day, leaving straight from work. Should be able to get there before sundown. So we'll see. If I get there early enough and I get something to eat, we could end up streaming tomorrow. You never know. Just have to wait and find out. And I'm not sure if I'm going to bring my PS2 or the PS4 yet. I might just bring the PS. I don't know. I don't want to say anything for certain, but I'm leaning on the PS2 just because I don't think I'm going to have enough time to get any Cup races in. That's really all we have left on NASCAR Heat 5 with my PS4. So. Where if we were going to get a stream in, a Truck Series race or a Busch Series race on NASCAR 05 would be more easier to obtain. I will say, though, remember, Edwards did make an adjustment on pit road. He tightened the race truck up. They put about a round of wedge into it, and he seems to be running a lot faster comparative to Travis Kvapil than what he was before those adjustments were made. That could be the race-winning move. Remember, he was only gaining about a tenth a second on Kvapil every 4 or 5 laps. 2 seconds flat at the line. Literally 5 laps ago, he was 3 seconds off the lead. So now he's gaining about 2/10 a lap. Over 4 times as fast as what he was before those pit stops. Plus lap traffic right now for Kvapil versus Edwards has had no lap traffic since coming out of the pits. He did have to pass Hank Grigsby, who just came out of the pits, I guess, right in front of him, and then had to pass Bill Lester for position for second, but about 2/10 of a second faster again that last lap. He should be able to get to Kvapil well before lap 100. We'll see if Kvapil can battle back at all. You never know. He could be saving his equipment and saving his tires as much as possible, and Edwards is obviously pushing as hard as he can. This being the final run to the end of the race if we don't get a caution. So we'll see. Leslie Schmidt, the 117, easily going to let Edwards get to the inside off turn 2. Easily, Edwards makes the pass. Final time today, we'll alternate through the different camera angles for about the next 4 laps, and then we'll go back to that normal camera for the end of the race. Edwards slid a tad wider than what he wanted to off turn 2. Oh, we got trouble! Somebody got into the wall that time through 3 and 4. Probably one of the lap trucks because Kvapil still got about that 1.3 second lead, and we do stay green here at Vegas. Didn't see it happen, but we saw the aftermath with the smoke in the middle of 3 and 4 trailing towards that outside wall. That's where we saw the first caution of the day when Benny Allen hit hard on lap 2 after they were 4 wide getting into turn 3. Edwards is now within about 0.8 of a second. He is digging. He's still got a lap truck of Mark Handel in the 107 in between him and the race leader, Kvapil. But remember, Edwards never won a Truck Series championship in his NASCAR career. We have a chance to rewrite history with this NASCAR 05 playthrough because we only have 6 races left on the season after this one concludes here tonight. And Edwards continues to pour it on late in the season. He is coming off that 21st place finish at New Hampshire, so he definitely doesn't want to choke away this big championship lead late in the season. He did choke away over 100 points, but he is, especially with Kvapil going on to win that race. Kvapil's demands second in points. He's also led the most laps by far here tonight. Edwards has only led 1 lap, but those adjustments during the one and only pit stop for Edwards today have been huge in him trying to run down Kvapil in the second half of this race. Now just within a couple truck lengths into turn 3. Well, here's the battle to the finish. We'll have to see how much of a battle it'll actually be. The lap car got in the way. Quaffle gets a little tight trying to clear the lapper. Edwards gets underneath and clears Quaffle easily off of turn 2. Edwards out in front for just the second time today. He's going to lead his second lap of the race at the line. So you see Quaffle still trying to run that middle to upper groove in turns 3 and 4. Trying to help him get whatever straightaway speed he can. He's trying to change his lineup as much as possible, knowing that Edwards just ran him down from a 3-second deficit like nothing and just worked his way around. Quaffle, who has led all but just a couple laps all race long until right now that Edwards just took the lead, and got to be throwing some question marks towards the 24 team's way. Well, Quaffle's not done fighting. Underneath Edwards off turn 2. He's going to have that advantage into 3. Edwards trying to hold that middle to upper groove to no avail. Quaffle back out in front. What a battle for the lead. Less than 50 laps to go. Quaffle couldn't get back down low. Edwards all the way to the apron. Trying to slide up, barely clears Quaffle off turn 2. That was an aggressive pass. Clean one nonetheless. Quaffle a little bit higher that time through 3 and 4. I saw Eric Estep had a video on that earlier today. It didn't, or it might have been last, I don't know, whenever it was. I haven't gotten the chance to watch it yet. But I'll have to see what his input is on it. I don't know. I haven't heard like any news of anything coming to be, and until that happens, I don't know. I don't see a new manufacturer coming in next season. Not in the Cup Series. I mean, it's too soon. Like, we're already halfway through this season, and there's been no word of it all year long. I'd be shocked. I'd be very shocked if it happened next season. Now, a couple years down the road, because you got to figure they're going to have to do some test sessions to make sure, you know, they're up to par speed-wise to have everything equal as NASCAR wants it, especially engine, everything else. Like, there has not been a single test yet, so you can't really say that it's going to happen. Honda's the biggest guess. Yeah, that's kind of been most rumored, I guess, if rumored at all over the last couple of seasons. But still, I don't see it happening next year. They would have to run some tire tests. They'd have to run some engine tests. Just tests in general with the race car, especially with the next gen coming out. It'd be the best time for it for sure, but there's been nothing, you know, worked on yet that I don't think you can really state that it will happen next year. A very low chance. Very, very low chance. It'd be a lot easier for them to step into the Truck or the Xfinity Series first. Remember, the Truck Series had Toyota for a few years, even before Toyota jumped into the Cup Series, and Cup and the Busch Series at the time. So, you know, that maybe that could happen, but I don't see a new manufacturing Cup at all next season. I give it a 10% chance. Like, that's a little generous, I think, too. So Quaffle was able to battle back around Edwards a couple laps after Edwards took the lead once again. This time it's been about 5 laps now, and Quaffle's still just kind of sitting there waiting for Edwards to make a mistake. And that's the thing, Edwards didn't really make a mistake. Quaffle just kind of found a spot to pass him, and just going to have to see how aggressive Travis Quaffle's going to be. He's been very aggressive, especially later in the season. Especially when trying to pass Edwards, knowing he has to beat him pretty much on a weekly basis if he's going to want a chance to win this championship. Might be the chance off turn 4 there. He had a lot lower exit than Quaffle, or than Edwards, excuse me, but again, Edwards hangs on. And now Quaffle goes a tad bit wider in turns 1 and 2. He's trying to up the straightaway speed with it, but this flatter Vegas circuit compared to what we're used to now is just making that less and less of a chance. That's why when Lester did make that crossover move and got to the inside of Edwards in 3 and 4 earlier, Edwards just couldn't keep up on the outside. Even if you send it in there, it'd be very, very difficult to be able to do that here at Vegas, especially tonight. Still enough time, though, for Lester to get back around. All he's got to do is just keep this pressure on Edwards. These guys will catch more lap traffic before the end. You never know if we're going to get another caution. Not that these guys were... I don't even think Quaffle wants to see a caution. Yeah, he might be able to nail the restart. He has nailed the first couple today, but this many laps left in the race, that brings so many other trucks back into it. And he continues that higher line through turns 1 and 2, and it just doesn't seem to be really working out for him. .39 to go, this time by at the line for Edwards. Quaffle got a good run off turn 2. He's going to drive it in extremely deep. Almost got inside of Edwards. He's still got a chance. Off turn 4, he's putting that pressure on him. Now they're side by side down the front stretch. Advantage is going to go to Quaffle by the time they get into turn 1. Edwards a little loose on the outside. Cuts it in the center. Edwards with the crossover off of turn 2. Back to the bottom underneath the Line X24 truck. Edwards has the advantage now. Lester on the outside. Edwards is clear. Lester cuts to the bottom. Trying to double crossover, but Edwards blocks now through the tri-oval. Inside, outside, and holds on. And regains the race lead once again. For every punch, there is a counter punch between these two. And this is going to be a fun battle to the finish. It could very well come down to the last lap, as many races have so far this season. Especially between these two. They've already had a bunch of 1-2 finishes, and this could very well be another one. They keep battling. You wonder if Lester can close in, because, again, he even cycled ahead of Edwards during green flag pit stops. For second place for Edwards, got around him and then started running down Quaffle. Both these guys need to get through lap traffic good, especially Quaffle. Now that he's in second, he cannot lose sight of the 99 of Edwards. He needs to continue to put this pressure on him, and he's muscling his way around Edwards when he does do it. Again, Edwards is not by any means making a mistake. Quaffle, at times, he's just driving the corners that much better. He's got that strong of a race truck. He's able to put himself in those positions. Now we got Carl Richards and Bob Spear as the next two lap trucks in front of the 99 and the 24. He's trying to get underneath Richards. Look at Richards trying to pinch and side draft Edwards down the backstretch. Edwards drives it deep into 3 and 4. Bob Spear in the way right now. Quaffle underneath of Richards. Should be able to get around him through the tri-oval. Edwards a little loose into turn one. Gotta be careful. Awful right there again, and Edwards just cannot get underneath Spear. Now he gets underneath him off turn two. Looking to make the pass. Deep dive to the bottom in 3 and 4. Complete. Ooh, 24 truck wiggled. He got tight in line behind Edwards in the center of the corner. Almost slid up into the 152 of Spear. 32 laps to go at Vegas. Under the lights here on a Thursday night pre-Pocono. Pre-Pocono trip, I should say. Trip / blog. Oh, going to the high side. Quaffle had a big run off turn 4. He almost made it happen. Edwards deep down to the bottom. He's like, all right, I'll give you the high side. Quaffle can't really do much with it, though. To no avail with this old configuration of Vegas. Much flatter. He's going to try the bottom. That's where he got around him off turn 4 the last time. Couldn't quite get that low exit, though, like he did before. Edwards a little loose, though. Slides up. Oh, no! Lester got into him, and now Edwards is in the wall. Into turn 1, the leaders get together. Lap truck all the way on the bottom. Scott Bush in the 56. Edwards off the wall, then bounces into Lester now. Spears going to make it 3 wide with the lap trucks. Edwards is pinched in the middle. Edwards drove terribly those last 2 laps. Quaffle easily gets to the lead. That is the only mistake he has made all day long. That was a big one, too. Took a couple laps to regather it. Now Quaffle's got the track position. Kramer, welcome to the stream. That would have been a great instance for Lester in 3rd place to catch up to these guys, but I think he's just a little bit too far behind. It's going to take probably a caution to get him back into it. Edwards is all over the 24 truck. It looks like there was other smoke into 3 and 4 again that last lap. Nearly another crash. Somewhere back in traffic. The way Lester, or sorry, not Lester, Quaffle. I keep saying Lester. Lester's back there in 3rd somewhere. Quaffle just keeps blocking the 99 of Edwards. Trying to get underneath him again. Off turn 2. Edwards is there, but can he stay on him? And look at Quaffle pinching him down the track. Edwards will take it, though, because he'll side draft that left rear corner panel now. Still side by side through 3 and 4. Edwards wiggles a little bit. Still side by side. Edwards leads the lap at the line. 27 to go. Oh, they get together again! Nearly losing control. And Lester's back out in front. Gosh darn it, I just realized I said Lester again. I wasn't making that mistake earlier. I don't know why I am now. I just got Bill Lester on my mind. I see the 24. I keep thinking 22, and I don't know why. Waffle had a huge run off turn 4. He kind of pulled Edwards a little bit that time. Waffle's very protective of that bottom lane right now, and you just kind of wonder how Edwards is going to be able to get around him. He's gonna, he slipped! He slipped, but then Edwards got into the back of him. Edwards going to try it again. Looking to intimidate the 24 truck of Travis Quaffle. 21 laps to go. These guys are on much older tires now at this point in the run as well. He's trying to put the pressure on Quaffle, make him make a mistake, because that looks to be the only way Edwards is going to be able to actually get underneath him and make the pass. Down into turns 1 and 2. Another truck is blowing up on the inside of the racetrack, trying to stay out of the way. We continue to stay green with 20 laps to go here at Las Vegas. Oh, there's another wiggle. Oh, and there he goes. Oh, up the track, barely clear. He stuffed him in the wall off turn 4 as well. 19 to go. Edwards is out in front at the line. Waffle's all over that left rear. Waffle easily gets back around him though through turns 3 and 4. That's not working out every time. "17 laps to go." Again, he's just trying to put the pressure on Quaffle and make Quaffle make that mistake. Edwards couldn't slide underneath that time. 16 to go. These laps are winding down. Quaffle guarding the bottom continuously. Quaffle has just been blocking a ton. Quaffle almost lost it. Almost wasn't good enough though. And he turns 1 and 2 right there. Up the track he goes. Man, how did Quaffle hang on to that race truck that time? Slid all the way up. Again and again and again. But that time he stayed in the gas and he was able to power his way out of it. Edwards is all underneath him. 13 to go. Really sideways in the center of the corner for Quaffle that time, and that really opened the door up for Edwards. Made him make that tiny mistake again where he got just a tad loose. It allowed Edwards to get underneath, and Edwards is going to get to the lead, clearing Quaffle off of turn 4. And now he has to block him through the tri-oval. 12 laps to go at Vegas. Edwards back out in front in this battle for the win. And now Edwards kind of slides the tires into turn 1. Quaffle couldn't grip the bottom. It's a very little wiggle. That time when he did slip up the track, Edwards got underneath. It didn't get into the back of him, and he was able to kind of drive on. Battle by no means is over yet. Hold tight in the center of the corner for Edwards. Trying to get the truck to grip up down to the bottom. 10 laps to go for Cousin Carl at the line here at Las Vegas. Lester looking up high. Cuts it extremely down to the bottom. He got a little tight once he got closer to the back of the 99, though. Interesting to see if these guys are going to catch any more lap trucks the rest of this race. You don't get a caution. This is the race for the finish. Lester really gripped the bottom again very well there. Right front starting to wear out quite a bit now on Edwards. Those adjustments on the 99 crew, even to give him this chance. Impressive. Sliding up the track again. And again, Lester's right there, but again, Edwards to block. Trying to at least. And he can't hold on. Quaffle clear off turn 4, maybe? Yes, barely. Barely clear off of turn 4, and now he's trying to block Edwards. A wiggle by Quaffle in the center of the corner allows Edwards to charge back to the bottom. Side by side down the backstretch. Still side by side off of turn 4. 7 to go. Edwards had the nose out in front at the line. Back and forth, these two go at it. He's going to clear off turn 2 this time. It's going to be Edwards, but he slides up the track. Now back down to block Lester. All the way down the back straightaway. Going low, now to the outside. Lester trying to get the run. Cuts to the bottom in the center of 3 and 4, but so does Edwards. 6 laps to go. It is a dogfight to the finish between the 99 and the 24. Both have won many times this season. Both are the top 2 in the point standings with just 7 races to go. 6 after the checkered flag flies in 6 laps. Quaffle's already clinched the most laps led tonight. Edwards obviously had gotten 5 points himself for leading at least a lap, as you're seeing right now, and Quaffle's trying to go for that max points day. Edwards slides up the track off 4, but Quaffle couldn't capitalize to his fullest there. 5 to go as he continues to keep the pressure on. Running a little bit wide in 1 and 2. It hasn't worked out for him that much. He tried it again there and lost about a truck length or so in turns 1 and 2. There are 2 lap trucks in the vicinity. I don't know if they're going to get to him. Quaffle really gripping that inside through 3 and 4. 4 to go at the line for Edwards. Caution comes out. We will go past the scheduled distance, but again, it will be a green-white checker finish. You get 1 attempt. Loose into turn 3 that time for Edwards. So he just tried to chase the truck down to the bottom as quick as possible, and he did hold it off the exit of the corner, not allowing Lester to get anywhere close to getting underneath him. 3 to go. 4.5 miles to decide the winner. A little bit of the bottom open on entry, but Edwards shuts the door in the center of the corner. Just needs to make Lester pass him on the top as much as possible. Let's see if Lester puts the bumper to the 99. He has in recent races. Oh, Edwards up the track in 1 and 2. Thought he was going to lose the lead there for a second. I don't think Quaffle quite hit the bottom like he wanted to either. Otherwise, he might have been able to get underneath him. We'll be coming to the white flag this time by 1 lap to go here tonight at Las Vegas. Nose to tail are the top 2. No cautions come out on the final lap in this NASCAR 05 video game. A little loose on entry into turn 1. Edwards is driving the truck hard, pushing it to its limits, but he does gap Quaffle by about a half a truck length. We have 2 lap trucks in the way into 3 and 4. One is going to go up to the outside. Quaffle has to run the bottom. He's forced to there. Edwards slides a little bit, but not enough, and Carl Edwards is going to win at Las Vegas with Quaffle riding his tail to the finish. A pressure-packed final 20 or so laps of this race. And Carl Edwards is going to go to victory lane once again this season. Quaffle led the most, but it was the points leader, Edwards, getting it done once again. And Quaffle right there at the finish. That adjustment to tighten the car up during that only pit stop in this race, under green, just past halfway, was the difference maker. He ran Quaffle down from a 3.1, 3.2 second deficit there in the final 60 laps, and caught him. They raced it out at the finish. And if it wasn't for that adjustment change, I don't know if Edwards would have been able to catch him. No mistakes on the pit stop as well obviously helped. And there's the margin of victory, just 0.2 of a second. Edwards with the win. Travis Quaffle again second. Bobby Hamilton Sr. actually finished third. Casey Cook, the generated driver, finishes fourth. Brandon Witt rounds out the top 5. Chad Chaffin with a great run in 6th. Jack Sprague 7th. Aaron McGee 8th. 9th was John Wood. And Matt Trafton rounded out the top 10 here tonight. We had 2 cautions for incident, both in the first 13 laps of the race, including 1 crash on lap 2. 15 lead changes. Only 6 laps of caution. And there you see Travis Quaffle led 104 of the 146 laps tonight, while Edwards led 36, all in the second half of the race. And we did see some other leaders in this one. Aaron McGee led 1 lap during green flag pit stops. Those were the only other leaders were during green flag stops. Wilson, the 82 truck, led there for a little bit as well. Led 5 laps, and I believe that was it as far as laps led tonight. As far as the DNFs go, we saw Doug Thompson blow an engine on lap 30. Jack Baker ended up blowing an engine. He was involved in that second caution as well, so I'm sure that incident didn't help. Maybe led into the engine failure. Bill Lester, who was in the top 3 all day long, actually cycled off of pit road second, but he blew an engine there in the final 41 laps of the race. Scott Bush, just a lap later, we saw him in the tri-oval blow an engine. He was nearly a lap down at the time of it and actually qualified second. Andy Lyman also DNF'd here tonight late in the race. Keith Grimsley finished a lap down there. So we had 5 DNFs, and we had 20 drivers finish on the lead lap, with Jason Powell being the last of which to finish on the lead lap here tonight. Take a look at the point standings here before getting out of here for the night. 100 laps at the California Speedway for the American Racing Wheels 200 will be the next race. That should be a wild one with these trucks, especially with this game. On a somewhat freshly repaid, very fast Fontana. That's going to be, I mean, that might be like Daytona or Talladega right there. It's going to be a lot of fun. 6 races to go. Edwards continues the points lead with the win. Great job trying to minimize that, though, for Quaffle by leading the most laps and being right there on his tail, finishing second, keeping that pressure on Edwards late. Edwards gains literally just 5 points on Travis Quaffle with this win here tonight. That's all the gain with this win. So it's 288 points. Hamilton, who finished third, ended up, he's now 501 back, but he didn't lead any laps like the top 2 did here tonight, but he's still got a chance. It's a very long shot. It's pretty much between the top 2 now for these final 6 races. And even though it is a 288-point lead, again, you could score as many as 190 points with this points format in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series in 2004. So even though it's a season-long championship and he's that many points back, he's still got a chance. He's just over 1 race worth out, but Edwards hasn't DNF'd at all this season. If he DNFs, we got a couple tough racetracks. Darlington and Martinsville, I believe, still on the schedule late in the season. So you never know what can happen there. But that's going to be it here. Like, share, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Not sure when I'm going to see you guys again with another live stream, but we do have daily content on the channel. I will work super, super hard to get that Nashville vlog out as soon as possible. I've been having issues with the audio, as you saw tonight. On the stream, and as well as the beginning of the NASCAR Heat 5 stream we did earlier as well. And that audio is not only the input into the laptop from this, but it's also the output. I can't listen to anything, so it's making it extremely hard for me to edit the vlog when I don't have any audio. So I will try to get to the bottom of it. I was hoping to get that vlog out today, but you guys know up front, again, that is the reason why. Again, I'm even currently, as talking to you, YouTube's just saying audio renderer error. Please restart computer. I've tried restarting a bunch of times. I've tried many different software updates that I thought could help, and it's not helping either. So I don't know. I'll get to the bottom of it eventually. You guys will see those Nashville vlogs sooner, hopefully, rather than later. I'm going to enjoy my time at Pocono. If you guys see me, say hi. I'll be there all day Saturday for the Truck in the Cup race, and then I'll also be there all day Sunday for the Xfinity Cup race. So very rarely I can catch the Xfinity and the truck races on the race weekend, but with them running the same day as the Cup this week, it makes it easy for me to do it. So thanks, everybody, for watching, and again, I'll catch you next time.